Hello everyone. I'm the lead engineer at Communication Square. Today, I'm going to give a demo of the Teams Admin Center. To sign in, we can go to team@admin.microsoft.com or admin.microsoft.com, and from there, we can access the Teams Admin Center. Now I have logged into admin.microsoft.com, and on the left-hand side, you can see different blades. Using these blades, I can navigate to various admin centers. For today's demo, we will focus on the Teams Admin Center. This is basically the homepage of the Teams Admin Center. Here, you can see an overview of all your Teams, PSTN calling, and everything else. On the left-hand side, there are different tabs, or blades. For example, the first one is Teams. These represent the teams created for project collaboration, department collaboration, and other purposes. This isn't part of the phone system, so we'll focus only on the phone system features. However, I'll give a brief overview of all these blades. The next tab is Users. Here, you can see all the users in your Microsoft 365 environment and manage them. You can also manage guest access and external access from here. The following blade is Teams Devices, where you can view all the devices in your Microsoft environment, such as conference phones, desk phones, panels, and more. Next are the Teams applications, which are the apps you've published in Microsoft Teams. They appear on the left-hand side of the Teams client. There is a tab for Meetings and another one for Messaging. You can create policies for messaging and meetings in these tabs. There is also a Voice tab, which will be our main focus in this demo. The next tab is Locations, where you can create emergency locations. Frontline Deployment is for your frontline workers. You can create and set up frontline workers directly from the Teams Admin Center. You can configure protocol encryption from its respective tab. The Policy Packages section allows you to apply specific policy packages to your end users. Another tab is for Planning, and there is one for Analytics and Reporting. Finally, there's a tab for Notifications and Alerts in Microsoft Teams. Within the Voice section, you'll find different subblades. The first one is Phone Numbers, where you can see the list of phone numbers available in your tenant. You can assign numbers to users, request new numbers, and even port in numbers from other operators. This tab is essentially for Operator Connect. You can connect various operators to Microsoft 365. For the US region, there are currently 41 operators you can configure for call-in and call-out functionality. If you're using SBCs, Session Border Controllers, in your environment, you can set them up and configure relevant policies in the Direct Routing tab. In this section, you can also create different calling policies. For example, there are custom policies provided by Microsoft, as well as a policy we created for this demo, which disables voicemail for a specific set of users. By clicking on this policy, you can see we've turned off the voicemail feature for calls. Here, you can create call hold policies directly in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Currently, the global, organization-wide policy is active by default. The same applies to call park policies and caller ID policies, all of which can be created in Microsoft 365. The Dial Plans tab is especially important. You can create various dial plans in Microsoft 365. There's a global default dial plan, and in our demo environment, we've created one for 4-digit dialing. Our numbers follow a certain sequence, so we only need to dial the last 4 digits. When we dial 1234, for example, it translates to +17023561234, directing the call to the correct user. Likewise, you can create emergency policies and mobility policies for Teams certified devices, allowing users to dial out from the dial pad. You can also create shared calling policies in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. These are some of the key features of the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. In the Auto Attendance section, we've created one for the sales department. Let me show you how it works. The time zone is set to Eastern Time. We aren't playing any greeting right now, but we can set a default or custom greeting if needed. We route calls using menu options. When a user presses 1, the call is directed to the sales operator. We've specified the business hours, and any calls received after hours are disconnected. we created a holiday plan for the whole year. In this demo tenant, we've only set up Christmas as a holiday, and any calls arriving on Christmas are disconnected. If a user presses 1, the call is diverted to the sales and marketing team. A resource account is associated with this auto attendant, and an admin user is authorized to make changes to it. Next is the call queues section. We've created one queue for the support department. Now, moving forward to the call queues, we have created one call queue for the support department. The resource account associated with the support department is support RA, and this is the number assigned to the call queue. In the next section, we are not playing any greetings as in the auto attendant, but we can add custom greetings to be played. We are forwarding calls to the administrator, and we can also add groups here. This is attendant-based routing, but we could use different methods. For example, serial routing or round-robin routing. Similarly, we have selected presence-based routing, so a call is routed to a user only when that user is available. These settings cover exception handling. We have limited the queue to 50 calls. The default callout time is 20 minutes, and the admin is the authorized user to make changes to this call queue. In the Holidays tab, we can define all holidays and attach them to the auto attendants. You can see that the holiday we created for the auto attendant is also visible in the holidays list. This section is for resource accounts, and we have created multiple resource accounts for sales and support, as well as their call queues and auto attendants. Now, moving to the Locations tab, you can see a subtab for emergency addresses. Here we define users' emergency addresses and map them to their phone numbers. If the device is GPS enabled, Microsoft Teams will pick up that location during an emergency and send it to the emergency responders. We can also create a network topology. This is a demo tenant, so no network topology has been created yet. We can add locations and networks in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center to check call load on specific locations, routers, switches, or ports. We can view reports and analytics for all users directly in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, including usage reports for the last 28 days. You can also use Power BI to create custom dashboards, fetch these reports, and upload them into Power BI as needed. That is all for the phone system today. Thank you.